Hello guys, welcome back. P. Dahlgren here. We're building the Mirror Smalls F86 and I'm working on the sliding canopy today. Just simply because I got some ideas. And well, this is no longer a free floating unit. This is the original canopy in which I was using. Now it is bonded and I got a new one, but I'm going to use that one for patterns and other things. I got some other little things to do, but guys, it works. And getting ready to fill and sand all this in. I've got a big time mess going on and it's awesome and I love it. This is exactly what I wanted, but I wanted to show a couple things off in here and just getting things to fit and getting things to go. I just wanted to point out a few things that Magoo Models did the canopies on these, and he did a beautiful job on them. But with me and what I've already built and how I started to configure everything, I couldn't really. I was going to do this myself and make a mold, but I would have to buy 2 canopies anyway. And so basically what I did is I got to put an alignment pin in there and maybe pump that guy out just a hair. But anyway, I cut this out with a razor saw, and as you can see, it fits really nice. It's very nicely thick. These fiberglass parts you get from mirrors are extremely high quality. They're worth every penny. The details are just, they look good. The screws are in them and this stuff like that. The stuff that's in them is very nicely done. I mean, it's obviously Magoo. There is a little bit of slash on them, but I'm going to make them better. And what I'm doing is I'm actually blending it in here. This is a hot batch that I made just to get this to kind of flash off a little bit, because I don't want to, I needed to hold this while I was bonding it down. So what I'm doing here now is I'm completely going through a little bit. This is Bondo Gold. And I found it works extremely well for different things, but you're going to notice there is a bit of a curve on the real airplane, and I wanted that back in there, but the only way you could do it is actually just fill it. So anyway, I'm doing the filling, and I'm just going to go in and do this, and I'm going to glaze this off, and I'm going to prime it. This part will be ready for primer and soon. So I'm going to start getting the front of the fuselage done because there's a lot of other things. You know, as I've told you guys, there was a couple latches right there, and they were right, and you can still see them. But I am going to use the mirror sets for the rivets that go around that, and I'm going to use the mirror set screws that go in there, and I need to come back and clean up all this flashing. You know, don't let this scare you, because you're gonna have to sand it. And he actually did use flight metal or something like that to actually make these parts, and they're molded off the actual canopy. Now, the one thing is like I said, I kept the others, and I worked on this for damn near a month, and I had a hell of a time. Getting it to fit the way I wanted. I built my frame and everything else, but I couldn't get this. I just could not, for the life of me, get this thing to settle down and do what I needed it to do. So anyway, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to finish trimming all these things off, sanding them out. They'll look great. And then I'll use my Dremel for that and get it cleaned up. Get all these things ready, because I want that in there when I put the cockpit in. I don't want to see any of that stuff, and I'll wait to finish the rest of it off in there. Now, the thing is, I did epoxy it down, It's never coming off. And as you can see with this, I've got, the nice thing about these mirror sets is that they do give you a pattern canopy to do the trimming before you cut your expensive canopy. They give you two, and it's white, and it does actually fit in there. Now, I did not change any of the configuration at all on this, none whatsoever. I used the lines that Miguel put in there. I used those for the actual cut, and I just filled it, and I'm getting it ready for the next step, which is just more body work and priming, and it will look amazing. And it just takes time, and it does. It takes a lot of time to get all these parts to actually get in and get them done. All I did in there was give it just kind of a preliminary sanding and everything to get it ready for this point, until I could actually make the actual commitment to get in and actually do what I've done. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do these, and this is just the way I'm doing this one. You can make the assumption of what you wanted, but I did want to kind of show how close I actually was on this. And a lot of you guys saw that I had wood frames in there. Well, no longer. This thing looks like half a damn spaceship in there right now. But when I did have all that in and ready to glue that down, that's just how far off I was, is where this line right here is. And getting that line up, I was really close. And that's the way it was supposed to go on. So anyway, I'm going to body work the fiberglass frame into the framework that I've already built. And the reason for it is because this was a lot of work and a lot of things to get done and get configured in there, and I just don't want to waste the time and cut it out. It's definitely worth the time to do this. If you feel inclined to do it, there's still a lot of sanding, but that is actually the way the real one actually does sit. And now I will come back and make a mold in there. I will finish the body working off on that, which means this line, which is just a little higher, it will have to disappear. And I'm okay with that, because I want to use the mirror set screws and rivets on this to make this just that much better. And again, I won't glue the canopies into this. I'll use two-way tape. Then if I ever need to, I can always pop them out. And I'll grab the original front windshield if I can find it, which it should be in here. Yep. And this is just how, this is the difference. I was quite a bit off on, I just couldn't live with this. So anyway, this is the way it'll go. And then when it's all done and ready to cut out, it's just a matter of cutting them and sliding them in to place. And it'll look, once you look at it, the thickness difference on there, it'll be a definite awesome look. It'll look like it's supposed, it'll look like a real canopy when it's done that way. So anyway, till next time guys, I'll see you in the fun papers.